I met this lady online. Upon opening the door, realized that she was 40 pounds overweight.
He said he is average build. I don't think he's average build. As you can see, he's much older than me. He's like my father's age, but
She ordered a large order, almost $1,000 worth of hair extensions for Christmas. After December 31st, she just went ghost and wasn't texting me back.
Plaintiff Charles Shields says he was catfished by the defendant. He's suing for $4,211 for failure to pay loans. Defendant, Jennifer Eady, says the plaintiff is a creepy old man who made sexual advances, so she owes him nothing.
Case number 144 on the docket, Shields versus Eady.
And welcome to both of you. We have Mr. Shields. You are suing the defendant, Ms. Eady, for $4,212 for an unpaid loan.
Yes, sir.
What's your story?
I met this lady online called Millionaire.com, and I drove 2.5 hours to meet her. Upon opening the door and meeting her, I realized that this wasn't the woman that I was talking to. She was 40 pounds overweight.
How do you respond?
he said he is average build. So average build, I don't think he's average build, but I'm not here to body shame anybody. As you can see, he's much older than me. He's like my father's age. But what happened is he contacted me saying, you know, your profile is wonderful. You're a conservative like I am. And he spoke about meeting the president. He said, you know, I would do anything to shake his hand. Can you help me with this? Because I sent him some photos of me with the president.
He wanted to meet the president?
He did, yes.
She offered to. She offered because she claims she's connected at Mar-a-Lago.
I met with him January 13th, and we're supposed to go to dinner that night. He's supposed to come at 6 o'clock. I'm a licensed therapist. I work from home. I'm self-employed. And he called me at 11 and said, I'm an hour away. Meanwhile, I had the whole afternoon scheduled with clients, and I said, you know, I thought we were going to meet tonight. He came 6 hours early. So he offered, you know, I will reimburse you for these 3 clients that you miss. I charge $150 an hour. So, but he never paid that. So
but any of that has nothing to do with the loan.
So then we went to dinner that night, and he knew that I drive a Porsche. He requested that I pick him up with my car, because he has never driven in a Porsche, he said. So I picked him up in my car, and I have these very form-fitted Recaro seats. He got in the seat and broke the seat.
That's a lie.
No,
that's a lie.
He broke the seat. He was very embarrassed that he did. He said, I'm sorry, I will reimburse you for that. He never did that either. The next morning, he wanted to have breakfast with me at his hotel at the Hampton Inn in Wellington, so I went there, had breakfast with him.
If you think she's overweight, why do you keep feeding her?
Yeah, well, she hasn't lost the 40 pounds that she admitted she was overweight.
I don't think she's overweight.
Well. I think I look very well.
Let the record show you're 2 very nice-looking people. Okay. All right, that's not an issue here. He is suing you for $4,211.90. Talk to me about those loans.
Before we ever met, she said the government shutdown was really hurting her massage business. She needed $400 to keep her Florida power and light bill, because if they shut that off, she would be out of business. So I, out of goodness of my heart, sent her $400.
This woman you haven't yet met,
that's right,
says I could use, what, $400 or whatever it was. You just send them $400. Why would you do that?
I've helped a lot of people in my career, and she needed it really bad. She begged. So I helped her out. She offered, I'll give you massages to pay it back.
You first loaned her $400 without even meeting her. Then you met her. How did it go from $400 to $4,211?
After I got home, and I have the text messages here, she sends me a text, Chuck, I have no one else to turn to. I need to make my rent payment. My cat's tooth is broken. He can't eat. He's going to die, and on and on. And I told her, no, I don't want to do this.
Is that in the text?
Yes.
Okay, this is you texting him.
Yes, I did.
I pray you will help me.
Yeah.
This shutdown is killing me right now. I have the rent to pay, and you face eviction charges, according to you. I have a few other bills to pay that are pressing, like cable and the payment. So he's telling the truth. You
I did
are
send that
asking
text,
him.
yeah.
You are asking him for the money.
Yes, I did.
And let's be honest. If you go on a site called MillionaireMatch.com, money is in your mind. I'm not saying it's a crime, but you're obviously thinking here's someone who would be in a position to help.
But why don't you ask him why he was on the site? Maybe he was
I'm
looking
not
for
saying
Millionaire.
his motives are any pure or anything.
Yeah. I wonder
Why
he was
are you
it.
on that site?
Yeah. Maybe
Because
he
I don't hang out in bars. I work around all men. I'm in a
There's
construction
Match.com,
business.
maybe
Yeah.
go on to.
So it's a dating site, and I thought I would meet more quality people.
How did it get to $4,211?
There was the first 400 that was
Yes, I
mentioned.
got that. Now what?
Then there was 3,800, and they charged the PayPal
What was the 3,800 for?
for those things that you just read.
He gave me 3,800. That's very true. The 400 he gave me for the power bill. He probably forgets. I don't know how old he is, but he must have forgotten.
Well, we don't need to
that-
insult him.
But he must have forgotten that I have taken off a whole afternoon of my work because he decided to come 6 hours early because he was so anxious to meet me.
I thought,
Well, why didn't
So-
you say no?
I
I
did
have a
say no.
responsibility to
No,
my
you
Yes, I
client.
did.
You
But
could
he
have said
drove-
no.
I did say no, but then he said, "But listen, I drove almost 3 hours to see you. I rented a hotel room. I would like to come a little earlier."
You should go to the hotel room, check in at 3, and get some rest
I
until
have
she's off
offered
work.
that. I offered
What am I,
that.
a dating society here? Okay. All right.
I did offer that, but
she
he
canceled
said,
her appointments on her own and let me
Because
know
she asked
then
me
that she
to.
could meet.
There's no question that you would ask for some
Yes, I
help.
did. Yes,
There's
I
no
did.
question that you gave that help. So the question now is, was it a loan or a gift? What
It was a loan.
arrangements?
It was
Okay,
a-
you're saying it was a loan.
Okay.
What arrangements were made for when the loan would be paid back? I mean, if it's a loan, there usually would be some talk about how you're going to pay me.
She promised me the title to her Porsche as collateral,
$60,000 car.
Okay,
and she
just-
promised me a promissory note.
She would give you the title to that car and a promissory note to pay you back as the
Yes.
collateral.
Yes,
Okay. You did loan her the money.
yes,
Did she first give you the collateral?
no.
So you loaned her the money on the promise that she made that she was going to give you the promissory note.
I did
Why
because
did-
her rent was due and she had to pay it or she had a $125 late fee.
Right. Well, why couldn't the promissory note have been bought over right away?
He said, "No, don't worry about it. It's not necessary." And then he wired that money. And
I
then-
never said it was
excuse-
not
no, I was-
necessary.
Show me the text or the contract which says you don't have to pay him back.
I called him and I said, "Thank you so very much. I will repay you,
Okay.
especially when I go back to Germany."
Yes.
Then he said, "No, no, darling, it's not necessary. Don't, excuse me, he said no. Then he started the nightly calls, making sexual gestures to me.
Oh my God. Jennifer, you're under oath.
When I declined his
Come on.
sexual advances, when he said, "I'm in the bathroom, can you help me out a little bit?" I was shocked.
Your Honor, she is lying.
No,
Lying.
no, I'm not.
Lying.
Then what he did, Your Honor, I'm not lying. What he then did, he drove to my house uninvited and dropped off to my roommate that I had at the time
Yeah.
2 letters. And I have them right here.
Because she never, ever,
Yeah, you
after
wanted
a
to-
month, would give me a promissory note
Yes.
that's
Because
in the
you said you
paperwork
didn't want one.
that she promised. And I wrote her a nice
He
letter.
said it's not necessary. Otherwise, I would have done that. Here we go. So he drops these 2 letters off to my roommate, and then he started to continue to tell my roommate, "You are in dangerous hands with this woman. She is a bad woman." And he made my roommate so upset that my roommate subsequently moved out, and I lost $5,700 in rental income because of this. He slandered me.
Right now, in this court, the only issue that has been filed, the only issue I'm allowed to make a judgment on,
Yes, sir.
is the fact of the $4,211.90 being transferred to you and I have to decide whether that $4,211.90, no matter what you guys think of each other, whether or not that has to be repaid to him. He transferred the money to you.
Yes.
Whatever his motives were, legally, this is a loan that the expectation was when he gave it that it would be given back. And until there's written notice that he's forgiving you for this loan, which no one is handing me, the law requires you to have to pay it back. I fined for the plaintiff in the sum of $4,212.
Thank you.
This was never a loan. This was a gift. He felt he could buy me.
Plaintiff Jada Hancock says the defendant swiped $1,000 worth of hair from her, so she's suing for $1,400 for fraud and bank fees. Defendant, Talasia Griffin, claims her bank card got stolen and all her transactions were frozen. She says the plaintiff attacked her online, so she owes nothing.
Got case 14 on the docket, Hancock versus Griffin.
And welcome to both of you. The plaintiff, Ms. Hancock, you are suing the defendant, Ms. Griffin, in the amount of $1,400, $1,000 for fraud and $400 for bank fees.
Yes. So I just started my hair company November of 2018 called Weavetopia Hair Teak.
It's unbelievable.
On top of that, I am also in school. I take care of my grandmother and I work as well. So I put a Facebook ad out. Here you go. Of the hair that I offer.
Okay, so you sell hair. And it's
Yes.
a profitable business, apparently, because I notice a lot of young people today are wearing the extension.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. So now what's the deal?
So the deal is she was my first customer. You know,
Oh.
I'm excited. So I got the hair for her. She ordered Boss Body Wave. It looks like this, but she got a 26, 28, and a 30. But obviously her inches were longer.
Does that,
A little razzle dazzle.
is that moving on its own?
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay.
After Effect.
This is very nice. Good luck with your business. That's very good.
So she sent me a lot of pictures and text messages basically saying how she loved the hair.
So where does it turn south?
After that sale, she ordered a large order, almost $1,000 worth of hair extensions for Christmas. And I got the hair order together. I even put it in little cute baggies or whatnot. On my way to her house, I got a ding on my phone that I had received a dispute from her. So just keeping it transparent, I asked her, I was like, you know, what's wrong with the hair? Like, what's going on? She said that her car got stolen.
So she paid you for the hair with the credit card.
Right.
And now you get a message back from her after she's got the hair
Yep.
that the card didn't go through, or
It's a fraudulent charge.
who committed the fraud?
She must have obviously said something to her bank that it was fraudulent. And so I asked her, I was like, you know, what's going
Oh, so
on?
the bank was denying you getting the money.
I already had got my money.
When my car got stolen, they disputed my transaction, so that's why they took the money back.
You don't have the money now for the hair.
Right. And after December 31st, she just went ghost and wasn't texting me back or messaging me.
Now I want to hear from you.
When my car was stolen, I didn't reach out to Jada. I didn't say anything to Jada about my car being stolen. I posted the videos on Facebook of my ex-boyfriend who is the one who stole my car. And she jumped in my comments on Facebook and was like, oh, love, that's so sad. He's gonna get his. So she knew the situation.
You're telling me your card was stolen, and I won't even dispute that. Let's say it was, for whatever the reason was.
See, that's the thing.
Why shouldn't she get her money?
I let her know.
Just
I
to
let her
stop
know that.
her.
Okay,
I
let
let
her
her
finish.
know that my car was stolen, and she did. She did text me. She did continue to text me, asking me if I talked to the bank. And for a couple of weeks, we were talking back and forth.
Did you talk to the bank?
Yes.
Okay.
And my friend can vouch for me that I did talk to the bank.
Okay.
I called and reported the car
Right.
stolen.
So they call you and say, here are some payments. Did you make this payment?
That's the thing.
Did you make that? Now, some of those payments you may not have made, but
Right.
when they went over the payment for the hair, why wouldn't you say to the bank, that's legitimate, you can let that one through?
They sent me, the bank disputed my transactions from 3 months back.
Yeah.
So they were sending me letters in the mail with different transactions on them.
Right.
They told me to send back the ones that I did and send back the ones that I didn't. It said it would take up to 30 days to review it, 90 at the most. This all happened within 2 months. So I didn't have enough time to send back I don't even have the statement yet with her hair order on it.
So that hasn't been resolved yet?
No.
So why can't we do this? Obviously, she deserves her money.
Well,
She deserves her money for the hair. All this other stuff you guys fighting over Facebook, that's a separate...
see, that's the thing. When she posted me on Facebook calling me a thief and a liar, I decided that there's no reason for me to give you your money back if I'm a thief and a liar. So I called my bank and I told them that I didn't want to follow through with the dispute anymore. So they closed my account in any time.
Okay, the only thing that is before us here is the transaction of her selling you hair. You apparently liking the hair, but in any event, you bought the hair.
But if she
so
would've
you
waited-
owe her for the hair. If you have a separate claim against her for defamation in terms of your reputation, that's a separate case.
But how do I owe her for her hair when she didn't even give me time
Your Honor?
get my dispute finished?
Excuse me, you owe her for the hair the day you got the hair.
All right, and she got her hair. She got her money the day she got her hair. That's why she dropped the hair off. It's not my fault that my car got stolen and I had to dispute my account. She could have waited. If she would have waited now, like she waited to come to court today, she would have had the money for her hair. But she decided to post me on Facebook like I was a thief and a liar.
All right. I'm now saying you need to pay her the money for the hair
Yeah.
because she sold you the hair. You have the hair. If you have other claims against her based on the stuff you're telling me, then that's legitimate and you make those claims and another court will settle that. But this court is only dealing with the issue of, was the hair sold? Yes, it was. You have to pay her. And if it wasn't paid before, because of reasons you're giving, it was stolen, the credit card company, all that, I get those reasons, but now you have to pay her. So the plaintiff recovers $1,000.
Okay. My advice to business owners is to cover yourself as a small business and also bring all your evidence to court.